Howdy y'all, Twitchonium here, coming at you today with another Chromatic Cube draft. We're going to jump straight on in and see what we can draft today. Here we are in Pack 1, Pick 1. We've got Sarah Paragon, land from your graveyard, cast a permanent spell with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard. I mean, this seems like a house. It's like Luris, but for anything you want. I guess 3 or less, but still. It hits lands too. Yeah, that just seems really fun. What else is in this pack though? One with the multiverse. Pretty sweet, but super expensive. Teferi's always great. Teferi's always great. Valky is a sweet card. I do want to try and build out a Slimefoot and Squeeze Sacrifice deck at some point in this with like Ophiomancers and stuff, but they're both in the pack here, so eh. Could also draft like Firemind's Vessel to try and do some splash 5-color stuff, but this is calling to me. At heart, I might just be a white player as the base. Like, that might be my color. I still haven't ever decided, but whenever I look at my commander decks and the like, it usually comes down to creatures and white things. And now we get another angel, specifically angels. Forgot to mention that. But since we're getting them, I'm just going to snatch up another angel here and be pretty happy about it. This one comes with 2 shield counters on it. And you can remove them to draw cards and make 1/1s. Yeah, that just seems awesome. And we'll see if maybe we can draft ourselves a white angel deck. Look at that, some more angel action. I do like this angel a lot, but Charming Prince is a super, super good 2-drop for white. It does whatever you need it to do. Blink Sanctuary Warden to get it more counters, or I don't know. Well, I'm sure we'll get other ETB effects, but I'd love the Angel of Wrath, but hopefully we're cutting white off enough here that maybe that'll come back for us, since it's kind of 3 colors too. But we'll just take the super great white cards and have an awesome start to a white shell. We want to make sure we draft as much 3 or less as we can to go with the Sarah Paragon, but things like Planar Disruption are going to be excellent with that. If we play this and they ever remove that creature or use that creature to to sack it to do something, then we get this back again. We could also try and play Rafine. What does Soon's Intervention do? It's just an expensive modal card. So we can play the white. We can also start thinking about a second color here. Atali is a super fun card, and if we're doing white-red, that could be a fun thing to do. But I think I like just keep cutting white off here, and Planar Disruption is just an effect that I like having access to. Especially since white's going to be hurting for removal anyways. But we are already playing a bunch of flyers, so white-blue is somewhere we should consider. We also have a Divine Visitation now, which we're not making any tokens yet, but if we end up getting any token producers, I guess this one technically can make tokens. What does a Johnny look like here? I think it's like Divine Visitation or even Leveler would be great. Could also just start speculating on another color and take like Fauna Shaman. Can't Companion Gigantha because all her stuff is already double white. I'm just going to take the Visitation and see how it goes. If we end up in like mono white, then we're very likely to have some more token producers. Already drafted a Mondrak deck once, but Mondrak would sure be sweet in this shell we've started off with here. I'm going to snap up the World Tree to start with here, or we'll see what else is in the pack, but this just fixes your mana in any deck, eventually, that has green in it. Feyborrow Elder is also a nice card, but you really want to be as many colors as you can in that kind of deck. So we can take a Temple, a World Tree. Skyclave Relic is another option too. If we're playing green, I think I actually like the World Tree better than the Elder, because it's really probably only going to be a 2/2. Although, if we're only playing 2 colors anyways. World Tree's less useful. So yeah, let's just take the Elder. Okay, we got a lot of great white options here. Machias with all the counter synergies. Lancers lets us tutor up a legendary card so we can tutor up nothing yet, I guess. Eh. Thraben Inspector, just a nice 1-drop. I guess with our Paragon, the Inspector's repeatable investigation, which is kind of nice. There's also Kaya we could take just for a super bomb top end card, but I don't think we need that yet. Yeah, let's take the Inspector. We're taking the common to all of these rares and mythics that are here. Well, we'll take a bounce spell now. Rip apart. Seems good if we end up splashing red. I think I'd rather have that than Oath of Kaya, since they kind of serve similar roles and this is more flexible. Karn's Silex. Could just take Beast Whisper, which is a solid card, and just commit more towards the green-white route. There's also Bronze Walrus, which could just fix for whatever we need, but I think Beast Whisper is strong enough. Well, we got the Angel back, so I'm pretty glad I made that choice earlier. Could also try to run a Kinnan, but I think the Angel's going to be what we want to do here. And we'll just be heavy white, splashing a couple of things. Finale is great. Top end. Got the Fauna Shaman back, which I think is good. We can discard like a Thraben Inspector to go find an Angel or something. We got the World Tree anyway, so we made the right call there. And that'll fix us for all the splashy stuff we want to do, or help us do that. So that's really nice. What's our curve looking like? Ephemerate's a maybe for the moment, but do we have any token producers? Yeah, none of the stuff we've drawn has made tokens. Wow, we got the Machias back. That's sweet. Hopefully he'll be more like a 3-drop plus. Ooh, and we get an Archangel Elspeth. What a draw. I'd love to run History of Benalia in this deck, too. I'd really like a Caryatid, too, come to think of it. But Elspeth's a house. Gives something 2 counters and flying, or makes tokens with lifelink to protect herself, or gets back all your stuff with mana value 3 or less, so we're going to really need to lean into that now. We're doing pretty good, but like Blade Splicer is the kind of thing we really are going to want in this deck, where when it ETBs it makes a 3/3, and it's under 3, so we can get it back over and over again. Skrell's Hive would be okay, not super exciting, but just okay. Hangerback Walkers would be a good one in this kind of deck. Now we've got, I guess we could do Harrow as some ramp. Otherwise we're taking a fixing land here. Or we can even take a Palladium Mirror. I kind of like that actually, just to, it's another 3-drop we can chump with early and get back again. And it can help us cast these big X spells and our expensive cards. The token production actually works with our Divine Visitation, so that's cool. Elspeth as well. So we've added a couple of token makers that I didn't catch at the time. Ephemerate's actually looking better and better now too. And we get Starnheim Unleashed in the same pack as the Mind Stone and the Ornithopter, which are both great pieces of ramp. I'm not familiar with this one. Interesting. So it's kind of like 2 of that same kind of enchantment-based exile effect that you're used to seeing. So I think it's Augur of Autumn, Starnheim, or Mind Stone here. Augur's a great value play, and it's 3 mana or less. Although the Mind Stone, we can sack repeatedly for repeated card draw value, and hopefully we'll wheel one of these. We wheeled the last double white card, so I think Mind Stone is going to be a great idea actually in this, with multiple ways to get it back. Now we'll take a board wipe, another awesome X spell that technically actually... Sarah Paragon's permanence, right? Yeah. So that one doesn't quite work. Neither does it come back with Elspeth. I was thinking this would be technically a 2 CMC in the graveyard spell that we could get back again. But still worth grabbing here. And now we can get Yorion. It might be too late to companion Yorion, but I mean, we haven't sideboarded a single card we've drafted yet, so we could very well companion a Yorion. Nothing crazy white here, nothing green, but Jerwin Hazaret's one that could be okay. Doesn't show legends. I don't think we have enough legends in this deck, though, to really take advantage of that. Yeah, I'm still going to take it, though. We can afford to sideboard a couple. Another piece of graveyard interaction, or we take like a face breaker. We could even take a breeding pool. I think we're going to be heavy enough white that Invoke Justice is going to work in this deck. We got back Benalia, which is just amazing. I guess, would I rather have the Caryatid? This is a big spell. Nah, because Benalia is also a 3-drop, and it's a permanent that we can get back over and over, so this has much more replayable value than the Caryatid, but I'd love both. Same with the Walker. This is going to be great, because it's a 0 CMC spell in the graveyard, so you can still cast it for a bunch. Get repeatable value there. I like Harrow, some ramp, potential fixing. Nethroy, I suppose, is a maybe. We don't really have the Black Splash going on yet, but we might. Well, there's the card to help us with the Black Splash. So Nethroy actually going to come on in now. And how many? We've got 1, 2, 3. Just 3 still. Legendary creatures. Who are we waiting on here? Just a couple. Our curve's looking decent-ish. Yeah, we're not playing either of these. As much as I love Fire Emancipation, we're pretty far off from casting that. And we're also far off from casting a Dream Eater. Wandering Emperor, though, we can definitely cast. Would probably play Essica in this deck, too. Maybe I should take Essica because the double white-pipped cards keep coming back around. And she's a 3-drop that works with the permanents that care about that. Nah, I think I'd rather just have the Wandering Emperor.
I hope you're ready to lose.
There's the Mondrak. I don't know that we got there on the token production, though. Yeah. So I think we should probably take the Silverback Elder. It's very heavy green, but green is going to be our secondary color, and this is such a good card in a deck that wants to play a bunch of creatures. Mothra is another excellent card. Just gets our stuff back over and over again. Thalia and the Gitrog monster is another awesome card. Both of these Mana Dorks are awesome. I'm going to take one of the Mana Dorks, actually, and hope that one of the crazier cards come back. Even these lands I would play. But we're going to do the Mystic first, I think, actually. Although this does any color. And can get bigger, which is relevant. And it exiles cards from the opponent's graveyard. This gets us going faster, though. But it only hits us for white. Yeah, let's take the Scrap Gorger, actually. does this one do? Yeah. I think we are going to need this in our deck. We don't have very much removal. What else would we take? Timeless Lotus or the Meteor Golem, but I like the cheaper removal. Now we can take Tristani, which is just a busted house of a card. And it does make tokens, so if we get that Mondrak back, I'm a little higher on playing that now. We'll take Banishing Light over the Cast Out, though I would like both of these. Emergent Sequence would also be fine. Pulse would be fine, but we'll take the on our color removal here. And I'm starting to want to just play white-green more than try to do these splashes. But we'll see where we end up. Wow, so much good stuff in this deck. Cavalier of Dawn is a nice card in a heavy white deck. Touch would be great. Gearhulk is a nice board wipe on a stick. Zakama we could technically play in our shell here. I guess we're not partnering or companioning Yorion if we do that, but that's probably okay. I'm not sure which one I took, but they're all fine, so it doesn't really matter. I think that'll probably be a fine play. Just some more graveyard recursion. Get a white-green land. Get the other Cavalier, although Tireless Tracker is a pretty good card. I would like both of these, but this one's a 3-drop that works with all our things that care about 3 or less. Yep, we got the Thalia and Gitrog monster back, which is nice. We can storm the festival. Sure. So right now we're still a maybe on our Yorion's deck. I don't know that we got there. I guess if we're doing the Yorion thing, the Siege Rhino actually works pretty well. It's an overstatted trampler that drains them for 3 on ETB, which we might be able to do repeatedly. Maelstrom Pulse? Yeah, okay. Although, the Black Splash is the part I'm the least thrilled about. I guess that is going to give us the Siege Rhino, though. And it gives us this Grim Flare. Yeah, maybe we are. Alright, so if we play the Pulse, do we get there on the Yorion Companion? Oops. Need to add 4, and it definitely needs to be lands, so if we're running a 60-card deck, we really need, like, what, 24 lands? Let's go ahead and just set ourselves to 24, and then we'll start making cuts from there, and then we'll figure out the land colors later. So let's take a look. We want to focus on ETB effects and the cheap creatures, I think. So Ephemerate looks good as a way to ETB something. This has a nice ETB early. This is just great value. Machias I could see being it's doing the counter synergies, not the token synergies. Charming Prince is just super awesome ETB. We're not cutting any of our removal or ramping. I could see cutting the off-color 2-drop. This is not a 2-drop. This is not a 2-drop. Actually, seeing that, it makes me actually want to put the Grim Flare back in. Palladium Mirror seems less exciting, but I think we still want it with our X spells. We'll see. Elder looks great. Tracker's good. Harrow. I could see Harrow being one we don't need. Yeah, I like all of those. So Mirror is the questionable one there. But actually, in a multicolored deck, I do actually like the fact that it's colorless and ramps. So it's kind of two birds, one stone. Jero and Hazoret can go. We didn't get there on the legendaries. So we need one more cut, and it probably should be one of the bigger things. I guess we didn't get there on Divine Visitation with the token makers. We have some token makers, but not enough to reliably make this worth an include. And I think this is a pretty sweet looking Yorion deck otherwise. Even the Nethroi is going to be nice because this can return any number of cards. So this can get back some of the other things. So like Nethroi gets back the Sarah Paragon, then the Sarah Paragon can get back the other thing. That kind of chain. So colors, we're at 23, 15, 5, and 1. So we definitely need some more greens. 1, 2, that's 7. I think red, I'm going to go all the way down to 1. So we'll have the World Tree, maybe 2. No, just 1. In fact, maybe I even want to cut the Rip apart and include Mikaeus just so we don't have to run red in the deck. How much black do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's enough for, I think, this splits. That's 4, 5, sort of 6. Maybe we actually need to cut some planes. That's still 9, 10, 11, 12-ish. Yeah, we need to cut some planes. $10, 19, 24. Cool. Yeah, I think I like this split. Maybe we should even run one less planes. And even do one more swamp, because I do want to cast this Grimflayer on 2 when we get it on 2. And I mean, everything that I do want it, that has black in it, is something I want to be able to cast when I, hit it. And then also the double black on the mutate cost here. Yeah, I think no. Let's cut one more and hedge a little more towards white since we are so heavy on white. Invoke Justice is looking a lot worse now, but that's okay. Nah, let's cut one more. Let's run it like this. I keep changing my mind, but we're so heavy into white. I think we really need to make sure we can reliably hit all of our multi-pipped cards. Though we do have Storm the Festival too. I keep flip-flopping. One more forest, and I'm really for true calling it done. And who's gonna be our deck box here? The Paragon was our first pick, but I think it's got to be Elspeth, right? I guess she's already had her time in the sun. Who's one we don't see a lot? Tristani. Let's put Tristani there. Kind of embodies what our deck is trying to do. Go wide with a bunch of creatures and then smack them in the face. And I'll see y'all in the rounds. We are here in round 1 on the draw with a bit of a slower start, but it's got our colors. We can cast... Well, I guess we can't cast the double white cards, actually. So let's mulligan. This looks slightly better. Again, it's a little expensive. I think we'll toss back the Nethroi. But at least on turn 3, we can Yorion. We'll go white, green, black, white. Unless we draw something that necessitates otherwise. Opponent getting their land ramp on. And no need to play Mikaeus as a 1-1. So if they're going to take their time, I'm happy to take my time too, especially with Elspeth now. We can minus her and then blink her back in with the Yorion. Well, the opponent's doing a sweet job of fixing and ramping here with their... what's probably a 5-color deck, yeah. Alright, well, I'm in no rush, I don't think, so I don't think we need to drop down a Paragon. Let's drop some stuff that we can, like, ramp into a big Mikaeus next turn. And then if they deal with either of those, we can Paragon and get both of them back from our graveyard. Well, this is scary. Makes me think they're running Niv Mizzet. If they're trying to do 5-color things with dragons. I'm not sure what big dragons are in the format, honestly. I know I've seen Niv Mizzet Perun, but that's really heavy into Izzet. Alright, well, we won't be ramping as much this turn. So what do we want to play? I still think we want to play a big Mikaeus. Well, not a big Mikaeus, but as big of one as we can. And then we can start distributing his counters. Or I guess not distributing, but taking them off. Oh, there's the Niv Mizzet. And we can disrupt it, but that's not a great answer to Niv Mizzet. I'm just going to swing with Mikaeus because we might need to race now. They're still going to get the ping trigger every single turn here. If not more than once. But at least we know which dragon they were playing. And it was Niv Mizzet, just not the one I was thinking. Yep. Ping us again. On the plus side, at least it's only 1 damage at a time, and they have to assign it at the beginning of the turn, so if they don't know that they're going to be able to draw more cards, they can't ping our creatures away that easily. Now, if they get a card that draws a bunch of cards, then they could. Ah, or they'll just make another Niv Mizzet. Thankfully, once we play our Sarah Paragon, we can replay our Planar Disruption. So, assuming that we hit 1 more land here, we can do that. Oh no, actually we have our Scrap Gorger, so we can already do that. Why did they target Mikaeus? Oh, they tapped him. No, we swung with him. I don't know. Ah, that's actually a better answer to Niv Mizzet. Tell me they don't have a counterspell in their hand. Ah. I don't think this is going to work how they think it is. Oh, it'll fizzle ours, so it will still work how they think it is. Okay. Well, we're back on our Sarah Paragon plan next turn, then. And we'll fight away there, Niv Mizzet. We're going to tap this for green and exile Niv Mizzet. Make sure they can't do that over and over again still. I mean, they're more likely to have ways to get instants and sorceries out of their graveyard than creatures, but yeah. Alright, and an Incubation Druid they can adapt. We've got 7. I think we Sarah Paragon and then play something from our graveyard. Seems like the gameplay. We'll go ahead and make sure they can't activate this thing. And I think we'll get rid of Mythos. And if they can't get rid of our Paragon, we can start having some real fun. Definitely feels like they built their deck around Niv Mizzet and drawing him and making copies of him. All right. Maybe C double would have been the better option, but at least now they didn't have the second copy spell to chain it another time, unless this one does. Thankfully, I don't think they can kill our dude. Yeah. They can hit us in the face again, though. And then have a bunch of 5/5 flyers. And our flyers will all be smaller. We need the Sarah Paragon here. I'm gonna eat this and then hope they can't just kill us. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so if I'm mathing correctly, we can Archangel plus kick it once, deal 2 damage to Druid. This goes to the graveyard. Then we still have 2 left, and we can use the Paragon to put a thing on one of these. And then we're safe. I guess then we have to chump away our Paragon, though. What else can we do? Oh, no, if we do that, we still have 2 flyers, though. So we can double block. Yeah, that does work. So I like that. So we're going to kick it once. Deal 2 damage. Oh, it gets exiled. Well, that was a mistake. I guess we're still playing Mikaeus. No reason not to. Yeah, sure. And we're going to be chumping. I guess we can double block and then eat the 5. Our blink stuff not looking great with what we have on the board. I'm going to take the chance here and see if we can trade off one. If they have a way to do any damage extra here, though, we're just toast. We do have ways to get our Paragon back from the graveyard, so I'm not super concerned about that. This one does have lifelink, though, which is going to be relevant. Elspeth, I think, is going to need to be our next play. Elspeth, and then maybe Ephemerator after we put counters on something. Could put 2 counters on Mikaeus. That'd be pretty cool. Might have to put the counters on the Archangel, though. Wish I had Vigilance. Opponent thinking long and hard. Oh my. Sure. Sure. At least it's not the craziest stuff, but that Scholar, getting that Scholar back is not great for us. So yeah, we're gonna have to play Elspeth here.
So long as I am by your side, you will. Spread your wings!
Can't let them get that guy back again. Oh, we can't ephemerate Elspeth. That's unfortunate. We can Yori and Elspeth. I was just, for whatever reason, I was assuming they were both the same. Feels like this guy should have a reach. Okay. Who do I want to... I guess the Archangel's the only one I can get back. Oh, and I did that incorrectly. I thought there was another point of priority between those two actions. Oh well. Yeah, look how many lands they've hit compared to us too. I guess we are in a 40 card deck, or a 60 card deck, but running the correct amount of lands still. We can't just Yorian, but I think we have to just Yorian. I'm a little worried at our land situation here. Because even if we top deck, I'm thinking of our outs in the deck. We've got that big gorilla that might can help us start blowing up some of their stuff. And draw cards and all that. But I think that costs 3 green. We've got the thing that can get back permanents from our graveyards, but that costs 4 white. Yeah. I think the best outs we potentially have in this deck are not going to be castable if we top deck them. Even more so if we can't draw any of them. And we just now are actually hitting our lands. Counterspell, removal, one of the two, both. I mean, otherwise, why do they not play this? I guess because they don't have anything valuable to get it back with it. Except for Star of Extinction. Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and call this one, y'all. That way we can get into a new fresh game and not this stale old one that we're very unlikely to come back from. See y'all there?
Welcome back. We are on the draw here with a reasonable looking hand. Wish we had a 2-drop, but I think I'll keep a Palladium Mirror that can ramp us right into a Tristani. We even have some of our splash color. Hopefully this mirror just doesn't get immediately blown up when we are able to drop it. And now we've got a nice little Siege Rhino as well. Has a nice ETB effect to re-trigger with Yorion. Same with Tristani. Well now. Benalia might be worth a play before the mirror. We'll see what they do here. They already have this Shadow Spear, which can be a problem. If we draw another land, I'm probably not going to ramp with the mirror because we'll have all the lands we need for pretty much everything. And that way we can just get aggressive and go like Benalia, Wandering Emperor. Yeah, I think I like just slamming down Benalia now. Next turn we either Emperor or Siege Rhino. Alright. Well, now we've got some more options. I guess I should have held off on my land if I was going to play the tracker this turn. So I think we'll swing first. And then Emperor if they block, to give it the ability to kill. Combat Trick Emperor.
Now you've done it. That's coming off. We've got
And we
this far.
cut the ramp that hopefully they were banking on having out there. And then next turn we can Tristani. Sure,
I'll be
sure.
back.
I mean, they had to do that, but that's going to make this next turn pretty spicy for us, because everything is going to be huge. Sweet. And we've got 3 more damage waiting in the wings here. Actually 6 if we can combo it with a Yorion. But opponent actually on the same color spread as us, it looks like. We just... That Benalia draw was a pretty sweet, aggressive way to start the draft off there. Or the match off. And a Hydra. That'll kill Tristani, but it won't be enough, I don't believe. I think we have to go Siege Rhino here. They can, because they can suit this thing up with their Shadow Spear to give it lifelink, which I totally forgot about. Which could be a problem. I shouldn't have attacked that turn. So we can find a 4 CMC creature with Finale. I don't know what options we have in the deck. Well, that's a good card for them. Sure. Okay, so that can deal 2 damage to their face. I guess we do just do that. No, actually, let's hold that in reserve, I suppose. Let's finale and see what there is in the deck. Oh, no, we want 4. Has to be a creature. You know what? Let's just get the Trampling Rhino back. Deal 3 again. Since I'm guaranteed to know what I'm doing instead of just taking the gamble. I should know the deck better, but that's okay. I should have attacked probably here. Put them down to 2. Now they can just suit up Thalia. But I mean, if they swing with Thalia, then it's pretty much GG. Alright, so put them up to 9, but we'll see what blockers they deploy. Can't imagine there's a board wipe for this. Wait, they get to play an extra land on their turns? Oh, I just forgot about that. Now they definitely have lands to play a board wipe if they wanted to. Ah, just a single Vorinclex, okay. Let's bring in Yorion. And then play the Scrap Gorger that can tap for any color. That way when we kick our Angel of Wrath, we can do it twice and deal 4 damage to their face. This is not looking great, though. Thalia Gitrog with a Shadow Spear on it is going to be very, very challenging for us to deal with here. Yeah, no blocks. They first strike Death Touch. I guess I probably should have blocked Vorinclex and traded some stuff off, but I mean, my hope is that we can eventually start swinging here. Sure, Vivian.
Every mutation displays nature's ingenuity.
A single 3/3. But yeah, not amazing for us here. Swing with the Rhino. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call it. They were able to claw it back from that one. So we'll jump into the next round, and I'll see y'all there. Welcome back. We're on the draw. Hopefully we can scrape out a win here and not get skunked this go around. But I think this is a fine hand. Especially since we have a Yori and we can bring into hand on turn 3. Scry into some more action with our Charming Prince. Ooh, first time we've seen the Elder, one of my favorite cards we drafted. Apologies for the cat noises in the background today. Someone is having a spicy morning, let's just say. But let's scry 2. Cavalier and a Plains. I think I like the Plains first, but then we can draw a Cavalier. That seems alright. I guess maybe not with these triple pipped cards that we need, but we'll see if we can get there. This guy's kind of a dead draw at the moment. Opponent's also on Selesnya. Macias, alright. Let's see if they want to trade off a Macias. Alright, we'll go ahead and lock up that captivating crew. Keep racing with the opponent. Would love to top deck a white or green land here. Either one of these would be awesome. Ooh, History of Benalia. At least that's something we can play, I suppose. That needs to be for 7. So, yeah, we'll see if they want to trade with Sisse, which I'm guessing no. She's probably a pretty key part of their deck. Just tutor up the best legendary card they drafted. Of course, at this point, if we get the right lands, I might even just play Tristani. That's fine. Take out the Sisse here. Play our Scrap Gorger so we can at least keep casting spells. And then I think I like playing the Elder first, just that way every time we cast a creature going forward we're getting extra value. But instead we're going to lose the game because Lyra Dawnbringer is a nasty busted card. Unless we can get to, you know, the White Sun's Twilight there. Actually, I guess I can, baby girl. I can Yorian our Banishing Light to get it back. I mean, Captivating Crew is terrible for us, but it's better than them having a Lyra. Yep. So we'll need to deal with that here soon. Sure. Not sure what that was about, but I'll take it. Could just Tristani here. I think I still like the Elder first. Ooh, Brutal Cathar is a good one. Oh, I would have picked the Elder. I'm not sure why they picked the Yorion there, but works for me. We can actually blow up the Cathar with our Cavalier of Dawn here, which I kind of like. Gives them a 3/3, but we get back Yorion and we can redo the Yorion stuff. This can blow up an artifact or enchantment, so we can destroy the enchantment. Yeah. Get another Charming Prince ETB. Let's scry. Hellspeth, sure. We can get this one back, and this one. No reason to swing with that guy, I don't think. Let's scry again, because I realized that I don't actually want that thing, I think. Do I even care? Let's turn our Charming Prince into a 3/3. In hindsight, we don't have the black to play this. Even with our tapper dude, I think I'd rather just have the Elspeth. What are they tutoring up for 4 CMC? Sarkhan. They can deal 3 damage. But we'll jam an Elspeth down and make a flying 6/8, 7/8, 7/9, something like that.
No better ally than a dragon.
I do agree, Sarkhan. No better ally than a dragon.
I am a shining blade in the... You've earned my blessing.
And then we swing in the air with a flying gorilla and smash him in the face. At least we didn't get skunked this draft. See y'all in the next round. Back on the draw yet again with a much, much slower start this time. But we do have a curve out. It's just not a strong one. I think I'm still going to keep it. Be too dangerous to throw it back. At least we can go 2 Mind Stone, 3 Yorion, 4 Emperor, or 2 Mind Stone, 3 Emperor even. Wish Mind Stone was any color, but then it would be too strong. It'd be Arcane Signet with even more upside. Rona's pretty scary, but we can disrupt her, potentially. Or just exile her with the Emperor here. Okay, no, we're gonna have to exile Ophiomancer instead. But if we do that, then we are just sacrificing the Wandering Emperor. Yeah, this is a great start from the opponent. I think we're taking the Ophiomancer damage for a bit and playing it like this. Rona's the scarier long-term threat. Well, not necessarily. I mean, if they have sack outlets, Ophiomancer is, but for now, we'll just take the 3 for a bit. Ophiomancer also dies to the Archangel kicker, so that was another reason I wanted to keep Rona locked down. I also just realized I said keep Rona locked down, which, you know, COVID, Rona, lockdown. Teehee. That's a nice trick with Ophiomancer that I never would have considered. Well, hopefully they just exile a land off the top of our library. They got Harrow. At least they can't play either. Or does it say without paying its mana cost? Pay life, sure. So they can. And now they can play more. They get another snake. Yeah. I guess we flash in the Wandering Emperor. Which is super unexciting, but... And if they have a counter spell, it's GG pretty much.
Run away. You're safer. Let your blade do the talking.
Let's get rid of the Nashi there. Would like to do that with Ophiomancer too, but the thing that lets them cast stuff for free out of our deck is too dangerous. Wow, Angel of Sanctions to exile our enchantment. Get their Rona back. Yeah. Well, if we can get one more land, we're potentially back in this. So because of that, I'm going to exile the Ophiomancer, I think still now, just to be safe.
I'm never done for good.
And put Yorion into hand.
Roadblock.
I mean, they're going to flip Rona and hit us for just a boatload here, but I don't see another option. We need to White Sun's Twilight for X's 5. And at least that will gain us some life simultaneously while board wiping. But it's going to be close. I mean, if they have any ways to pump their stuff up aside from the Rona flip, then we'll just go boom. Can we Heart of the Cards a land here? We cannot. So we're going to have to do some chumping. I don't think it's enough. Yeah, it's still lethal because of the trample. So I have to crack this just to see what we can get. I should have played Yorion there instead. If we had gotten a black source, I could have played this, and that would have kept us in it for one more round. Maybe they don't swing out here. I don't know why they wouldn't, but maybe they don't. Yeah. And that's all she wrote. Super great curve out from the opponent there, and our color choices coming to bite us in that last round a little bit with the triple white card, the black 2-drop that I couldn't cast and all. But even though we didn't go very far with this this deck, I think we still had a lot of really sweet cards in here. The Yorion 60 card deck might have been the mistake. Like, I think cutting our black splash out of this deck and just making it a 2-color deck probably would have been the way to go. Like, it meant we never saw some of our strongest cards because we have 60 in the deck. Like, we never saw Nethroi, we never saw Thalia and Gitrog Monster, we only saw our Silverback Elder once. Never saw that. Oh no, I guess we did see the Sarah Paragon once. Don't think we saw the Elder. Pulse I saw, but it was like during a scry. Effort never saw. Blade Splicer I don't remember seeing. Yeah, I mean, there's just so much of our deck that we never got a chance to utilize because we were a 60 card deck and just you know, had more cards. More cards to pull from means you're not going to see some as often. Like World Tree, never drew that either. That would have been a nice way to fix our lands. So maybe I will hold off on doing the Yorion thing anymore from here on out and just try to stick to some fun nonsense. We've done the Yorion thing a number of times in the past anyways, so still pretty cool set of cards, even if we didn't do great with them, and I appreciate y'all coming along on this ride with me here today anyways. I'll see y'all in the next draft video. Take care, everyone.